Well, I think the best way and most honest way for me to describe myself is to say I'm just like you. I'm a sinner. I'm a man who lived his life outside the will and the plan of God for many, many years. And, I only can tell you that it was the love of God that drew me out of a selfish life that wanted to just make myself happy. That life led me to emptiness and isolation. My vision for the church is to be a living organism, an authentic outreach to the world, not to just church people, but in fact the people that we're looking to attract are people who maybe never went to church. They've been looking for something, and yet they've never been able to find it. And they find it ultimately in a place, a church such as Stillwater's church. They walk in, they find an unjudgmental, loving, forgiving community of believers who sound like them, look like them, and people that come in and say, I can be here. I don't feel anger. I don't feel unforgiveness. I don't feel like I don't meet up to the level of these others. I feel equality. I can honestly tell you, I've been a part of probably 4 churches in my lifetime outside of the work that God has called me to at Stillwater's church. And I would say it was a mixed bag. I have been to churches in which I felt the love of Jesus Christ. That's that unconditional love. It's not based on, what'd you do this week? Did you meet the standard? But just like-minded people who admitted they were sinners, just like me, and that they needed the grace and the mercy and the love of God. I am jealous in a lot of senses. I'm not supposed to be jealous as a pastor, but I can tell you I definitely envy some larger churches today. The contemporary church movement is very much built today around social media. And so this is something we've known. We have a website that is reactionary. You can go on the website, you can listen to messages, you can ask questions, you can find an introduction to the church. We know out there's other mediums to reach out to people, and we're just getting started with that. But I honestly believe that the greatest way that we can advertise is to let the love of Jesus working in our own lives be worn on the outside. That while we're out there in the world, that we would be Christ to a desperate world that needs Him. How do I help people find the love of God? Well, the Bible gives us the best answer we could possibly ever need. Love is patient. I think in religion in days past, the guilt tactic was used. Well, you better come to church, or God's going to get you, or you're going to go to hell. I really believe that when God said love is patient and is kind, is such an important truth to realize when you're trying to witness to other people, when you're trying to draw people into the community of Jesus Christ, is to take time. God's not in a rush, and we shouldn't be either. I think the most authentic thing that a pastor can do to be relative and to be real with his congregation is to never let the congregation put him on a pedestal. He should never be above the people. It is very common for me to step down from the pulpit and to be amongst the people because I want them to understand I'm not better than you. My mission is to tell you that I'm a sinner saved by grace, just like you could be. And so, do I stumble? Do I sin? Do I fall? I want to be totally authentic with you. Not only do I fall, all pastors fall. You know why? Because we're human. And we have a sin nature. We have an Adamic nature, we call it. The same failure that Adam made in the Garden of Eden to eat of the tree with Eve is the same nature that lives in me. Helping the community see what their greatest need is. A lot of the world thinks that it's physical things, it's financial security, it's health, it's wealth. And there's even a part of the segment of the church that preaches that. But the greatest truth that the community here in Seabrook needs, and Hampton Falls, and surrounding Amesbury and Salisbury, all these communities need the same thing. They need to know that they're a sinner that needs to be rescued. They need to know that their rescuer has been waiting for them with his arms wide open, and he died on the cross for them. And that everything they've been looking to fill their life will never do it. But when they find Jesus, and they find the love, and they find the companionship, and they find the light that lights their life, they'll want it, and they'll want more of it, and they'll live for it, and then they'll want others to have it.